This video tells you all about Dave's kayak roll. It's super reliable and means you will never swim again. It works on 10 easy steps that guarantee success in every type of water. No one wants to exit the kayak and swim. It's cold, wet and dangerous, especially in white water. Here's the basic kayak roll. It's fluent and swift to minimise your time in the water. In slow motion, you can see how purposeful and consistent it is. From another angle, you can see how the kayak rotates continually without pausing. Here, the paddle's not in position. During the roll, the paddle will be positioned before the kayak roll is started. Let's look at step 1, the hand position on the paddle. The hand has been slid along the paddle so the edge of the palm is against the kayak blade edge. In this position, the opposite paddle blade is always in the correct position for the roll. This is the most critical step of the roll. The paddle blade must be in the correct position or the roll will fail. Step 2, the initial paddle position. The paddle is parallel to the kayak and about 3 inches above the water. The grip on the paddle is tight so it can be pushed through the water as the kayak rotates. The wrists are slightly bent to allow the paddle position. Step 3, your head position. Your head needs to be protected and positioned to minimise drag in the water. Tilting the head forward and arching the back achieves this. This position is maintained as the kayak rotates. Step 4, taking a deep breath. You must take a deep breath before entering the water. This gives you plenty of oxygen and reduces your chances of panicking during the roll. You will have enough oxygen to be under the water for 20 seconds or so. Your kayak roll should take about 5 seconds. Step 5, the rolling paddle position. The position of the paddle just before the roll begins is flat on the water and parallel with the kayak. Both hands should be out of the water. You must start from this position or the rest of the kayak roll will be compromised and is likely to fail. Step 6, the paddle sweep. The paddle is swept in an arc away from the kayak. Downward pressure on the paddle blade allows the kayak to rotate. The pressure is controlled to avoid the paddle blade sinking too deep into the water and allowing the roll to fail. Step 7, the hip flick. As the kayak rotates, it comes to a position where the resistance of the edge of the kayak needs to be overcome. This is done via a hip flick. The hips flick towards the water surface and push the body over the resistant point of the edge, and the kayak rights itself. Step 8, low brace support. Every roll must be successful. To avoid the kayak dropping back into the water, a low brace support is applied to finish the roll. This is super critical in white water and is held until the kayak is completely stable. Step 9, upright and stable. Now the kayak is upright, the paddles are positioned to allow forward paddling. The body is level and a couple of deep breaths are taken in case of a further capsize, especially relevant on white water. Step 10, practice, practice, practice. This is the step that most people skip. To be 100% effective every time, you have to practice your roll. Practice as much as you can and never be afraid to roll. Set yourself a goal of 5 rolls during every paddling session. This will maximise your success and you'll become a kayak roll master. And even when your capsize is unexpected, you'll be ready and able to roll up. Have fun and thanks for watching.